Let me ask you something straight up. When did you last actually look at what Social Security is paying you and whether that number is even right? Not just checking your deposit real quick. I mean, really sitting down and asking yourself, and how am I getting the right benefit? Am I being charged too much for Medicare? Did my spouse passing away change what I'm supposed to get? And did anyone actually tell me that? If you were born before 1960, there are two very specific things happening right now in 2026 that could be quietly taking money out of your monthly check, and Social Security is not going to call you about either one. My name is Mark. Today I'm going to walk through exactly what people in these two age groups need to check right now before more time goes by. Stay with me all the way through because the second group especially, I really need you to hear every word. Before we get into it, if you just found this channel, hit subscribe and turn on notifications right now. Here's the real reason that matters. Social Security rules change. The government updates the numbers, changes how much things cost, adjusts limits, and when they do, they don't send you a letter explaining what changed and what it means for you personally. That's what this channel does. We track those changes and explain them in plain language before the deadlines hit. People who are subscribed here find out in time. Everyone else usually finds out too late. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and let's get into it. Group 1. Born between 1943 and 1954. You're somewhere between 72 and 83 years old right now. You've been on Social Security for a while. Your full retirement age was 66. And honestly, you've probably stopped thinking much about your benefit because you figure everything is already settled. I want to gently challenge that because for some people in this group, that assumption is quietly costing them real money every single month. First thing to check, are you collecting from the right record? This is one of the most common mistakes among widows and widowers in this group, and most people never catch it. Here's how it works. When a spouse dies, the person left behind can choose to collect either their own retirement benefit, the one based on their own work history, or a survivor benefit based on what their late spouse was getting when they died. The survivor benefit can be as high as 100% of what the deceased spouse was collecting. In a lot of cases, that number is much higher than what the surviving spouse gets on their own record. Here's the problem. Social Security does not automatically switch you to the higher option. They don't send you a comparison. They don't call and say, HROS, hey, we ran the numbers, and you'd actually get more money on your late spouse's record. You have to ask. And a real number of people in this group, people who lost a spouse years ago, are still stuck on their own lower benefit, simply because nobody ever told them to ask. If you're a widow or widower and you haven't specifically asked Social Security to compare both numbers and put you on the higher one, please make that call. The number is 1-800-772-1213. Ask them to compare your own retirement benefit against your survivor benefit and confirm which one you're currently getting. That one phone call could permanently change how much money you get every month. Second thing to check, Medicare, specifically something called the IRMAA surcharge. IRMAA stands for Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. It's an extra charge that Medicare adds to your monthly premium if your income was above a certain level. And here's the tricky part. WAC, they don't look at what you earned this year. They look at your tax return from 2 years ago. Here's where people get caught. Say you sold a house in 2023, or you moved money into a different type of account, and it pushed your income up a lot that year. Medicare looked at that 2023 income, saw a higher number, and has been charging you extra ever since, even though your income has gone back to normal since then. In 2026, the standard Medicare Part B premium is $185 a month. If you're paying more than that, and some people are paying $255, $370, even close to $500 a month, it's worth stopping and asking why. The good news is there's an appeal process made exactly for this situation. The form is called the SSA 44. It's called a life-changing event appeal, and it lets you show Social Security that your income dropped because of something specific, like retiring, losing a spouse, working less, or a one-time income spike that won't happen again. If your income has dropped since that 2 years ago tax return, you may be able to get your premium lowered going forward. This isn't complicated. You just have to know the form exists and take the time to fill it out. If your Medicare Part B premium is higher than $185 right now, look into the SSA 44. That extra charge isn't necessarily permanent. Now, let's talk about Group 2. Pay close attention here, because this group is right in the middle of the biggest financial decision of their entire retirement, Emichi, and most of them don't have all the information they need to make it right. Group 2, born between 1955 and 1959. You're between 67 and 71 years old right now. Here's the single most important thing I can tell you about this group. Your full retirement age is not 66 and it's not 67. It's somewhere in between, and the exact month matters a lot. Here's the breakdown. Born in 1955, your full retirement age is 66 years and 2 months. Born in 1956, 66 years and 4 months. Born in 1957, 66 years and 6 months. Born in 1958, 66 years and 8 months. Born in 1959, 66 years and 10 months. Write your number down, not just 66, not just 67, your specific month and year. Why does this matter so much right now? Because people in this group are either currently deciding when to claim Social Security, or they decided recently. And the difference between claiming at the right time versus the wrong time is not small. It's permanent, and it adds up over decades. Here's what claiming early actually costs in real numbers. Say you were born in 1957, full retirement age of 66 and a half. If you claimed at 62, your benefit was cut by about 25.8%. Not temporarily, permanently. On a monthly benefit of $2,000, that cut is $516 every single month. Is that forever? Over a 20-year retirement, that's more than $123,000 in total lost income from one decision that Social Security processed without ever sitting you down and really explaining what it means long term. They ask if you understand your benefit will be reduced. You say yes, they move on. The number is locked in. Now here's the other side. For people in this group who haven't claimed yet, if you're past your full retirement age and you haven't filed yet, every single month you keep waiting is earning you more money permanently. The rate is 2/3 of 1% per month. That adds up to roughly 8% per year. Between your full retirement age and age 70, you can earn between 24% and 32% more per month. Naneb for life. It's depending on your exact birth year. On that same $2,000 benefit, that's potentially $640 more every single month, forever, just for waiting. But if you don't know this rule exists, a suddenly smaller or missing check can feel totally confusing. People panic. They call Social Security thinking there's been a mistake. There's no mistake. It's the earnings test. And knowing it's coming means you can plan ahead, instead of being caught off guard. Let me wrap this up. If you were born between 1943 and 1954, there are two things. First, if you're a widow or widower, call Social Security and ask them to compare your retirement benefit against your survivor benefit. Make sure you're on the higher one. Second, if your Medicare Part B premium is above $185 a month, look into the SSA 44 appeal form. You may be paying more than you have to. If you were born between 1955 and 1959, know your exact full retirement age down to the month. Understand what claiming early costs in permanent real dollar terms. And if you're working while collecting before your full retirement age, understand the earnings test so it doesn't blindside you. These aren't complicated fixes. They're just things Social Security doesn't automatically explain to you. That's the gap this channel exists to close. If this was helpful, share it with someone in one of these groups. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one.